News 46 is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community. News is also brought to you by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight on News 46, former President Bill Clinton makes a campaign stop. A teen driver is headed for the fast lane, and the Senior Center hosts a class for the visually impaired. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, February 8th, 2016. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. Former President Bill Clinton stopped by Manse Elementary School Saturday morning to talk about his wife and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and her run for the President of the United States.
You need an other-directed person to be president. You need somebody who always makes something good happen. You need somebody who shoulders responsibility and thinks that's a lot more important than blame. And every time they see something coming at them, they say, what can I do to make it better? What can I do to make it better? And we've got too much political gridlock in Washington. We don't need another issue on the agenda. We don't need to undo President Obama's two most important achievements besides saving us from recession. The health care law, we need to build on it. And the Dodd-Frank law, we need to build on it. We don't need to replace them with things that aren't as good we can't afford. That's what I think. But the main thing is, she imagines a world where we all walk through the door to that 21st century the president talked about. If we don't go through together, we won't be America. We've labored too long with too much inequality of opportunity, access to education and health care, access to decent incomes, access to the ability to start a business or expand it. We can do this, but we got to do it together with our eyes wide open. And we got to have the patience to realize that we have to reach out to people who disagree with us. We can have inclusive politics, inclusive social policies, inclusive economics, and we can have an inclusive national security policy where instead of demonizing the Muslims the way the other guys do, we say most of them hate these terrorists as much as we do, and we need to work with them to build a world that we can have together. So, I want you to go out and talk to your friends and neighbors about that. Talk about these things. Get them to come out and caucus. Nevada has been very good to my family. I was told no Democrat could carry Nevada. And in 92 and 96, you proved they were wrong. I'm grateful for that. And then you started voting for us again. And you supported Hillary. I respect the fever a lot of Americans are in. I respect the disillusionment that so many millennials have because they think they can never pay off their college loan, much less ever own a home or start their own business. But we got to be smart. We've got to do this together. You should make sure that Nevada says, we want a change maker. She's the best one I ever saw. God bless you. Thank you.
Donald McFadden was back in court today after being taken into custody for a bench warrant for allegedly violating his probation. McFadden's police record goes back 16 years, from everything from domestic battery, burglary, and possession of stolen property to drug possession and conspiracy charges. He is now reportedly looking at a possible life sentence with or without the possibility of parole. He will return on February 29th for sentencing. 16-year-old Jason Reichert is moving on up. The race car driver was at Spring Mountain Motorsports over the weekend. Reichert was awarded the 2015 Vera Formula F 1600 Driver of the Year, Sportsman of the Year by his fellow drivers at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, All-Star Volunteer by the Speedway Children's Charities at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, finished second place in the Formula F 1600 series at the age of 15, and is the ambassador for the Families Against Drunk Driving. We caught up with the teen at the Speedway during this weekend's Duel in the Desert race.
I raced the Formula Ford or F1600 car.
What type of vehicle is that?
It's a Formula race car. It's an open wheel race car developing to the Indy cars.
How old are you?
I'm 16 years old.
How long have you been racing?
This is my second year of Formula car racing, and I've been racing go-karts for 5 years.
We're here at Spring Mountain Motorsports, where we are seeing the first of 3 days of the race called the Duel in the Desert. Can you tell me about it?
Yeah, it's a race in the Spring Mountain Raceway Park and located in Pahrump, and we'll be racing. It's the first race of our season, and it's race 1's on Saturday and race 2's on Sunday.
So how are you doing stats-wise?
This is our first race for the season, so hopefully we'll be able to come home with 2 wins and be in the championship. But last year we finished second in the championship, and we also got Driver of the Year.
Did you race the same car last year?
Yes, we raced the same car with Huddy Motorsports.
Well, Huddy Motorsports is a formula racing team that focuses on young drivers primarily, and we bring them up from 14 years old all the way up to 30 years old, and our program is to develop them from the beginnings of open wheel all the way up to Indy cars.
And so you guys have a whole array of these types of vehicles?
We do. So the team has 5 vehicles, and we have 2 F1600 cars like the one behind me here, and then we have the open wheel F2000 car, which is a wing car, and then we're building a new time attack car also, which is a new build.
How many drivers do you have?
We have about 6 drivers on and off throughout the year, depending on which series we're running.
Do you guys travel all over?
We do. We travel all over the U.S.
Well, we're real proud of him. This is his second year racing open wheel racing, and he's a 5-time go-kart champion. And then last year it was his first year, and pretty proud of what he did last year. He was the driver of the year out of over 200 drivers here at the series, and so he did really well this year, finishing second in the points. And we're excited about this first race being here at Pahrump at Spring Mountain Motorsports.
You guys call them open wheel.
Right.
What does that mean?
Well, open wheel basically, if you happen to look at the car here, it doesn't have fenders. So the tires and the wheels are exposed, similar to like an Indy car, a Formula 1 car, and that's kind of Jason's aspirations. Next year he'll be racing the Formula 2000, which is part of the On the Road to Indy program. So,
do you already have the car picked out and get it going right now?
Well, we do. We actually have a Formula 2000 that Jason's going to start testing next month, which is one step above. It's got the full wing package, front and rear, and our goal is to have him at Indianapolis in 2019.
And News 46 will return in just a moment.